Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the First Family of Las Vegas's daily free winners show, brought to you by the best website on the planet, your one-stop sports betting shop, Sports Memo. We have a great show for you today with a very, very, very good panel. Let's bring everybody on. We've got Jeff Michaels, aka JM Sports, the doctor making a household, Dr. Chuck, and the Southern assassin himself, Rocky Atkinson. Happy Tuesday to everybody. Jeff, Doc, Rocky. Jeff, how are you today?
Good. I'm glad to be here. I'm looking forward to this show this weekend that you guys have told me good things about. So counting down the days, and then Vegas is next.
Are you thinking about this show or Machine Gun or both?
Or both. I got one more round with you, I think, right?
There you go. Yep. Dr. Chuck, how are you today, this Tuesday?
So it's very, very good show, right? Is that what we have going on here?
Exactly right.
I hope we can be as explosive and fun as what you guys missed before we went on here. So
yes, we had a lot of fun. I'll tell you guys about in a minute. Rocky Atkinson, my dear friend Rocky, one of my best friends in the world, let alone this business. Rocky, how you doing today?
Hey, Joe, doing good. Glad to be here with these guys here, Jeff and Dr. Chuck, yourself and Dionne. Looking for an exciting show again.
Guys, is it me or is Rocky Atkinson's voice just smooth as silk? Do you know you guys, Jeff and Dr. Chuck, and I know I'm older than Rocky too, but Jeff and Dr. Chuck, I'm a lot older than you guys. Don't have to keep reminding me. I don't know if any of you remember Saturday morning cartoons were great when we were kids, and I'm going back 45 years ago. After the cartoons would end, what came on was Soul Train, and everybody watched Soul Train because everybody tried to learn how to dance from watching Soul Train, but Don Cornelius was so smooth. I could see Rocky on the show going peace, love, and soul. I could see Rocky doing that because, man, you are just so smooth, Rocky. And, there's a reason for that. You are one of the greatest people in the world, let alone in this business. And you're just, it's always an honor to have you here. And I always laugh and have a good time when you're around, same as Dr. Chuck and Jeff. Guys, I am very fortunate that I do this for a living. I gamble for a living. This extra stuff is icing on the cake. I get to be with some of these great people, some of my best friends, and some of the most respected cappers in the business. And guys, once again, don't tell Sports Memo this, but I would do this for nothing. But I still want to get paid, guys, over at Sports Memo. I'm just telling you that. Anyway, sports fans, let me go through a couple of quick things. You know how I do it? Good morning, honey.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Now, we were off yesterday. We had a scheduled maintenance from our internet carrier, so our internet was not going to be reliable. So instead, I stood home and stood on the couch, which is almost as fun as doing this.
It's not a bad day.
Not a bit. That's a day well spent.
It is.
That's a day well spent. But we've got a couple of announcements today. First and foremost, I want to send a big congratulations to our dear friends, Chris and Joelle. Chris, Jason, Joelle, Spaghetti Rigetti. Guys, they got married the other day. Now, you may not know them by those names. Chris Jason is the star of the hit, the long-running show, The Rat Pack is Back. He's the Frank. He is the Frank Sinatra, but he does a lot more than just star in that show, that world-renowned show. Joelle Rigetti has been starring in shows now since the late 80s.
Say how long?
She was a crazy girl back in the late 80s, early 90s.
And we're not talking crazy.
No. We're not talking like you, like you're crazy girl. She was a crazy girl. She was in every major show on the strip the last 30-some-odd plus years. As a matter of fact, her father was Elvis Presley's bodyguard. So she grew up hanging out in Elvis's dressing room, hanging out, having fun with that show. And, we want to say congratulations to you guys. We had a great time there. The dogs are going crazy already. You can hear them behind the backdrop. But we had a lot of fun there. We saw some people we haven't seen in a while. There goes the backdrop again. Fix that corner, please. Our dogs are crazy. They take after my wife's side. My apologies. But we got to see our good buddy Neil Portnoy and Dorothy, who's one of the best artists on the planet. And guys, if you like my special character mug that I got, that I've been Portnoyed, it's a real rite of passage here in Vegas to be Portnoy, to have Neil Portnoy draw you. So he drew me a couple of years ago. We got to see two of our best friends, Jared and Raja. You know Jared and Raja as two of the best magicians on the planet. Raja,
Masters
of Illusion, tons of shows. They're two of our best friends, and we get to see them. They're just the nicest people, and some other great people that were there. So then we had dinner at the Italian American Club. She drank a whole bottle of wine. I had like one sip. But we had a great meal, guys. We highly recommend the Italian American Club when you come down. But having said all that, we like to do a little bit of fluff. My friends, got some announcements here. You allowed us to hit the 5,000 subscriber milestone. Dogs are torturing me. Milestone over at YouTube, but we need your help. We have a new milestone we want to hit, and we want to hit it during football. We have 10,000 as our next big milestone goal, and only you can help us get there. So hit that subscribe button, please. Also, a couple other things real quick. You know, my good buddy Ben called us last night.
He did.
I was sleeping because I'm usually in bed. This is what I got to put up with every day. You married guys know what I'm talking about. He called and hit us up last night. He's a season ticket holder, so I'm already going to the Raiders Cardinals games. That'll be my ticket. We'll be attending the BYU Notre Dame game. That'll be fun. Guys, we got 4 tickets. If anybody wants to come join us, let us know. Plus, I'm going to a lot of other games, Raider games. We're excited about that.
We are.
You know, I'm always
to the season.
I'm always for whichever team I bet that day. I'm a lot like you guys. You know, this is a tough business. Our loyalties to our favorite teams, Yankees, this, that, the other thing. I know Jeff's a big Cleveland fan. I know, I know Rocky, big South Carolina fan. You know, there are times you look at a game and you don't like your team. It's tough for us in this business. But, you know, I'm always going to be rooting for our hometown teams. So the Golden Knights, the Raiders, the Aces, if we get a baseball team or a basketball team, which with the success of the Golden Knights and the Raiders, seems like that's just around the corner. But I'm looking forward to seeing some of these games. I will tell you, the T-Mobile and the Allegiant stadiums are great places to see events. We just saw Machine Gun Kelly, who Jeff's going to see this week. He's smiling already there at the T-Mobile. And, you know, we saw a few dozen things already at the Allegiant Stadium. We opened it up.
It's a beautiful stadium.
Great stadium. We had a lot of fun there. Great staff. Always ice cold. So don't worry about 115 in Vegas. The place is ice cold. Bring a snorkel jacket and some galoshes. But it is a great place to see a game. And you know what I do like? You know, a lot of people here in Southern Nevada were worried about the Raider fan base. Let me leave it at that. You know, and it's horrible to judge an entire bunch of people by some things that make newspapers. The Raider fan base are wonderful. First of all, they know how to tailgate. And you got to just walk through you gain about 8 pounds just walking through the parking lot because of the great food. They can cook. And everybody's so nice. You know, unless you're wearing like a Charger or a Chiefs jersey or a Broncos jersey, you know, everybody's so nice to you. Hey, you want to eat? You want a beer? Everybody's nice. There's designated areas. And I will tell you guys, if you're going to go to a game over at Allegiant, buy the parking permit. Don't walk over. It's a long walk. It's a long walk, and it's very hot. Buy a parking permit for anywhere from $60 to $100. It's worth it. And then you get to hang out with these great Raider fans. And it really, or honestly, there's a lot of people, because Vegas is such a, honestly, it's not true, because it's such a city catering to tourists. You know, you go to these Golden Knight games, you see almost as many visitor jerseys in the stands. You go to a Raider game, man, we were at the Ravens game. There was as many purple as there was black. We were at the Bears game. I would say there was as many or more Bear fans.
I would say there was more Bear fans than there was Raider fans.
So I want you to know. So if you want to come to your favorite team, your favorite local team, come see them here at Allegiant. Do it, man. It is, and there are certain areas that you see more, you know, visiting teams in that parking lot. I'm just saying. Now I babbled a lot. Dionne's got some discounts she wants to tell you about, and then we've got 5 big free winners for everybody today. Dionne, take it away.
We do. First of all, Joey and I have an NFL and college season for just $3.99. That's $100 off the already discounted package right now. All you have to do is use code PUNCH100 upon checkout. Also, for any capper that's on the First Family Show this week, the rest of MLB for just $2.79. All you have to do is use code BBALL279 upon checkout. And we also do have some amazing NFL preseason discounts for just $99.
I went too soon.
It's okay.
That's a lot of guys suffer from that. Anyway, here you go.
But the biggest
what is today? Tell me what today is.
Guess what today is?
Tell me what today is.
It is $2 Tuesday over at Sports Memo. That's right. 3 handicappers, $2 a piece. You can get myself, the Insider's Room, or Dan Kaiser for $2 a piece, or you can get all 3 of our best bets for just one low price of $5.
You know, thanks to Sports Memo, Tuesdays aren't just for tacos anymore. Guys, 3 amazing documented winning cappers, $2 a piece. All 3 big winners, $5. Heck, I don't know who she played, and I bought the damn $5, the damn 3 winners for $5 because I know it's worth it, because you follow those 3 guys, you'll follow them all the way to the bank. Now, without any further ado, because you know how much I love it, we have some free plays. I do want to bring something up. Yeah, that's why we're here, right? Free plays. Joey's so full of hot air all the time, especially when I'm off for a couple of days. I'm fired up at the beginning of the week. Guys, before we give out free plays, two items I'd like to bring up. Anybody wants to touch base on the panel can? You know, the Padres wrote a very big check. They wrote a couple of big checks. And since they've written those checks, I mean, what are they, 1-7 altogether, but they've lost 5 in a row. Dr. Chuck, I know that you love to chime in on stuff like this. What's your take on this? Are the Padres done? Are they going to make the playoffs? The Dodgers now have a 16-game lead in the division, and they look to be getting stronger right now. So what's your take on the Padres situation?
Well, it's obviously not a good start. And we did discuss on this show in the wake, I think we came on like right after the trade happened, or maybe it was right before. And, you know, head scratching. You were the first one to say this doesn't happen immediately. It's not I think it should happen a little faster than maybe it's looked. It's not like a basketball thing where you have to involve, you know, it's still Juan Soto up at the plate all by himself, surrounded by pretty solid lineup. Jeff and I were texting back and forth, just sending each other a screenshot right around the time that they immediately took the field, and Machado got on base and Soto got on base, and then Drury hit a grand slam, and the rest was history since then. And so it's a little strange. I think they're fine on the whole as far as playoffs go and the way that the makeup looks, because I think they have I guess you would have to remind me of what the wild card situation looks like, but I still trust them on the whole more than the Cardinals, and I still trust them on the whole more than the Phillies. So getting enough support, you know, suggests.
Well, Doc, I will say, just looking at the
they're ahead of both teams in the Central, so I think they're in fine shape. They still have one of the better pitching staffs in the league as well. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I mean, what are you going to do when Blake Snell is pitching as well as he is now, turned it around, and they still are able to lose a 1-0 game? You know, these are the kind of things I just think correct. But
okay, right now, Doc, Milwaukee and San Francisco are on the outside looking into the wild card spots. But, you know, the rest of the National League, is a big difference between those two teams and everybody else. But, you know, it seems that the central divisions in both the American and National League are the divisions that seem to that have they could change, you know.
So my last word on it is, I guess I kind of went both. Are they okay? Because of the playoff structure, yes, they're going to make the playoffs. Is that what this team wants? Not a chance. No. And so as far as that goes, it's a two-headed answer. I don't think there's any doubt that this is a playoff team, but are they as anywhere near on the Dodgers level yet? No, it doesn't appear that way at all.
I mean, you know, at the midway point, they were a lot closer than 16 games back in the division. Now they're 16 games back. That is a big dip when you're coming to when you're deep into the second half of the season. Let me ask Jeff and Rocky this. Rocky and Jeff, you know, we love rumors in this world. You know, we love it. I mean, TMZ wouldn't be around. All those tabloids at the end of the counter at Walmart or the shopping center wouldn't be around. There's dozens of them because we like rumors so much. Trade rumors. Right now, I opened up MLB.com, where I go every day to double check my stats and figures. Rocky, Jeff, trade rumors right now. Aaron Judge is the biggest name out there. Guy's working without a contract. You know, guys were playing without a net, but the guy hit his 44th home run the other day. I believe it's 44th. Don't quote me. You know, if he breaks that 61, that amount that he's going to be offered by quite a few teams are going to jump. Then we got DeGrom, Ohtani, who Dr. Chuck and I love to talk about, Bogarts, and Machado. You know, if Machado comes back healthy, you know, he had this injury, comes back healthy, God knows what he's going to sign for. But let me go to Rocky. Rocky, any thoughts? Let me ask you, Judge, DeGrom, Ohtani, Bogarts, Machado. You think any one of those or which one of those, Rocky, you think is not going to be wearing his current uniform next season?
Oh, man, that's a tough question, Joe. You have Judge that's having a fantastic year. Like you said, if he hits more than 61 homers, his value goes up big time. But the Yankees, they have deep pockets, and they'll do everything they can to try to keep him. Ohtani, I think if he was going to go, I think he might have went earlier this, you know, within the trade deadline this week. But I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay, let me bring it to Jeff. You know, Jeff is always, you know, he knows a lot. He's really a lot better well-read than I am from day to day. What about you, Jeff? You think any one of these guys or a couple of them are going to be wearing different uniforms next year? And if so, who?
I don't know. I think the best shot out of those four probably put it on DeGrom and Bogarts. I mean, Boston sold some pieces at the deadline already. They could get something for him. I think if Judge goes somewhere else, I think he does it in free agency, to be honest. And what I read in Ohtani is, they listened to offers. They made, there were reports that they were listening, but nothing got real serious. And I saw something that said execs don't think that they were ever even close, and their asking price is astronomical. So I think Ohtani is realistically the most likely, but is somebody gonna, I think the Angels are the most likely to trade Ohtani, but you got to get somebody that's paying, an astronomical price. You're looking more than what was paid for Soto and Bell in that deal. So I think the Angels would be the first one to part ways, but I think it takes something special to get Ohtani out of that team. So I say my money's on Bogarts 1, DeGrom 2, out of those guys to go.
I can see that. I'll tell you this, as a Yankee fan, I'm well read on the Yankees, and I even have some friends with the organization. I'm not letting any catch out of the bag. After Jeter left, a void was left for, and Judge kind of came in, and it's not easy to follow somebody like Jeter, and Jeter had to follow somebody like, Mattingly so many years in between because they didn't have a guy that really had that spot. I'm talking about captains, that's older, but guys who was the guy in New York. I don't think Judge wants to leave New York. Where do you go after you leave New York City when you're playing for the greatest team in the history of sports and the biggest media city? When people love you, they're going to give him whatever he wants. And I'll be surprised if he's not a Yankee for another decade or until he's not a kid anymore. People think he's a lot younger than what he is. He's not a kid anymore either.
Sorry, Joe. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Just let me correct. I think you're right. I don't think he's going nowhere. I just think that the only way that potentially he would be gone would not be a trade. It would be free agency.
Yeah,
I 100% agree.
I think they're going to give him whatever he wants. And to be honest with you, if somebody else even attempts to give him more, I don't think he's going to leave New York. He owns the Big Apple, and why? It's a great place, And having said that, Jeff has the floor, guys. Jeff is doing some great work over at Sports Memo and multiple sports, and we're going into football. We have a nice slate of NFL preseason games coming up. We already have one game behind us, but we're only a few weeks away from college football. The NFL regular season is less than a month away. Jeff Michaels is doing great work in multiple sports right now over at Sports Memo. He's got a free winner for you. But first, let's let him tell you what he's excited about on the premium end. Jeff, take it away.
Yeah, guys. So I took a look at it today. 18 days till week 0 college football. So those opening, that first weekend game, limited slate, but they come out in 18 days. And I actually just started working on write-ups for the top 20 teams, giving you a countdown. There's 18 games in week 1 for the top 20 teams with 2 teams facing off head-to-head. So I got a lot of write-ups coming on some of those games, some of the big ones that you guys will be looking for. But after you go get Dionne's play tonight for the $2 Tuesday, you can go check out too. I got a big 5%er over on Sports Memo as well. It's a 2-for-1 package. It does have a run line play in it as well. I'm on a 75% run on those 5-unit plays, and I've hit 8 out of the last 9 on the run line. So 2 big winners, 1 package for you. After you go check out Dionne's, make sure you check that one out too. But today's free winner, staying at home, we talk about betting on our hometown, but I'm looking at the under in tonight's game. Shane Bieber has just outright dominated the Tigers, regardless of what he's done really this season. He's got a career ERA of 2.6 versus Detroit. And when he's playing up in Michigan, it's even better at 2.41 ERA and 8 starts. In his last 2 years in his night starts, he's 8-20 to the under, favoring the under in those night starts, and the run production has struggled for the Indians as Guardians as night games close in. Meanwhile, Alexander's on the mound for the Tigers, and he's made 6 starts. He hasn't gone deep into the games, but he's yet to pitch a game that's gone over the total, even with an ERA that's nearly 7. Cleveland's off a 1-0 win, shut down with their pitching staff, allowing just 2 hits. And after that, Cleveland's 2-12 on the run line after a 1-run win. And they've also posted a 1-7-2 over-under record on the road against lefties. But in the last 11 games, Detroit's gone over the total just once. and they've struggled to put up runs in pretty much every situation, but they're 6-17 over under as a dog this season. As big of a dog as they are today, plus 175 to plus 250. And they've struggled against pitchers at the caliber of Bieber, let alone Bieber himself. So I don't think there's little to any production coming out of the Tigers offense. And I don't think the Guardians are going to put up more than 4, maybe 5, and get a 5-1, 5-0 even shutout tonight. So I'm looking at this one to stay under, excuse me. Whew.
There you go. Sports fans Jeff Michaels, also known as JM Sports, has a big under in the Guardians Tigers. He's doing great work over at Sports Memo. And like he said, after you take advantage of the big 3 cappers inside his room, Dan Kaiser, the first lady of Las Vegas, for $5, go over by Jeff. He's got a big 5-unit play. I got to tell you, those 5-unit plays by Jeff are money. Good breakdown, Jeff. Thank you. We're going to go to Dionne D'Amico, the first lady of Las Vegas, who last week on the show, our first week back, was killing it with the free plays. You won like 4 in a row, I think.
I believe I won 4 in a row.
You did real good. You did great on the MLB show. I think you won everything on the MLB. I'm pretty sure you won everything you put out on the MLB show last week. You're going to be on the MLB show later today?
I will be on the MLB show later today with Rocky.
Rocky? Oh, wow. That's going to be a smooth show. I'm going to have some fun there. Dionne, you're doing great work. You're on the WNBA and the MLB leaderboard. Last year, you finished number 2 overall in college football. We're right around the corner from college football. Exciting time of the year. Tell everybody what's going on tonight and over the next few days over at Sports Memo on the premium side. And you got another free winner. Dionne, the floor is yours.
All right. Thank you very much. My best bet releases are just that. The best bets on the board. This exclusive play is a perfect 100% at 5-0 this WNBA season. I don't release many of these, but when I do, they are money. Over the last several weeks, my WNBA plays are hitting a whopping 66.7%. Today, these two angles meet as I have my 100% best bet during my hot streak for just $2. So you can get that best bet today for $2, or you can get all 3 of us for just the low price of $5.
That's a great deal. The customer service you receive at Sports Memo is unrivaled, and that's why we are the best. Dionne, you got a big free play winner. Take it away.
I do. So today's free play takes place on the diamond, where a pair of first place teams square off. Minnesota sits atop the American League Central and holds a 1-game edge over Cleveland and a 2-game edge over Chicago. Los Angeles has been hot, winning 8 consecutive games and sits atop the National League West and hold a 15.5 game edge over San Diego. In the last 8 meetings against the Dodgers, the Twins are 0-8, and when playing in Los Angeles, they are 0-4 in the last 4 meetings. Today, Joe Ryan and Julio Urias are scheduled to start. Ryan, he is 8-4 with a 3.67 ERA. Last month, the left-hander got crushed by the Padres, giving up 10 runs in 4 2/3 innings. Urias, he's 11-6 with a 2.57 ERA. And over his last 9 starts going back to mid-June, the right-hander is a perfect 8-0 with a 2.28 ERA. The Twins, they are 1-4 in their last 5 games played on the road, 1-4 in their last 5 interleague games, 0-4 in their last 4 road games versus a right-handed starter. So I'm going to go with the hotter team and a better pitcher here. I am taking the Dodgers on the run line today.
First lady of Las Vegas is she's taking the Dodgers on the run line. Guys, she is red hot in multiple sports on several leaderboards. Go over after the show. Get her play for $2, or even better, get all 3. Her inside his room, Tim Kaiser, 3 big winners, $5, and take advantage of some of these discounts. The rest of her baseball just $279. That is amazing. Or those college and pro football packages. I mean, her college football package.
The college football right now is already discounted at $100, but if you use this code today,
you get it down
punch
another
100, you get another $100 off. So it's $200 off, bringing it down to just $399 for the whole season. So make sure you jump on that, because that deal is not going to be available for much longer.
And she's cute. Anyway, sports fans, let's go to the man. This is a wanted man. He's wanted by the law down south for killing bookmakers. He's one of my favorites. He's been kicking butt and taking names for decades. And I can't wait. To hear what he's got on his free play. But I know he's got some exciting things on the premium side as well over at Sports Memo. Rocky Atkinson, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Joe. Yeah, NFL is back. Preseason started this past Thursday. I have 2 preseason plays loaded for this weekend, including a 5% play. Last year, documented 70% with all my NFL releases. That's the preseason, the regular season, and the playoffs. Documented 70% last year, and I was perfect in the NFL preseason. So hopefully we'll We're going to try to better that anyway, but we have those 2 NFL preseason plays loaded now at sportsmemo.com. As far as my free winner here for the show, I'm going to give out the St. Louis Cardinals on the run line. It's -1.5, -115, -110. St. Louis currently in first place in the NL Central, 60-48 record. They're 2 games ahead of Milwaukee, and Milwaukee's not they're 1 game out of the wild card race. So these games are very important here for St. Louis to win against a Colorado team who's last in the National League West Division, 48-63 this season. Miles Mikolas is 8-8 with a 2.92 ERA overall this year, and he has a solid 3.41 ERA on the road this season. When Mikolas starts, his team is 4-0 against Colorado. Ryan Feltner is 1-3 with a 6.27 ERA overall this year, 1-1 with a 6.30 ERA at home this season, 0-1 with a 9.52 ERA his last 3 starts. And over those last 3 starts, he has not made it past the 4th inning, where he has allowed 22 hits in 11.3 innings pitched over those last 3 starts. St. Louis is 7-0 the last 7 games overall. They're beating opponents by an average score of 5.6 to 2.4. They're 55-16 their last 71 games as a road favorite of -175 or more. 29-11 their last 40 road games against a team with a losing record. And they're 5-0 their last 5 games against right-handed starters. Colorado is allowing 6 runs per game the last 7 games overall, where opponents have a combined team batting average of .310. Colorado's 17-35 their last 52 games after a day off, and they're 3-9 their last 12 games against right-handed starters. St. Louis in this series, 48-22 the last 70 meetings overall. I'm going to recommend a small play on St. Louis on the run line in this one.
Guys, he's doing some great work over at Sports Memo. Rocky Atkinson says a small play on the Cardinals on the run lines. After the show, after you buy that great $2 Tuesday special with those 3 great cappers, go follow Rocky with some of these great customer appreciation discounts. I promise you'll be wanted for killing bookmakers too. We love Rocky Atkinson. Now, sports fans, in life, when you're sick, you go to a doctor. You don't take out your own appendix. Well, in sports betting, we have our own doctor, and he cures all your sports betting losing ailments. He is Dr. Chuck. I love him, and you love him. He is as entertaining as he is informative, and trust me, guys, he is one informative son of a gun. I love when he's on this show, and he does great work here and on the MLB show, and he's going to be a regular, guys, forever, because we locked him in. This is like the mob, guys. There's only one way out, and we ain't letting Dr. Chuck leave because we love him. We know you love him. He's doing great work over at Sports Memo. He is all over leaderboards. I know he's on I know that 30-day leaderboard was just off the charts. His percentage is all the way up there. It's killing. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Dr. Chuck, if $100 bettors over the last 30 days are up $10,000+. Am I correct? Did I read that correctly?
We did.
That's some great work, guys. $100 bettors are up $10,000, and numbers don't lie. If you don't believe me, go over and check out those numbers at Sports Memo. Dr. Chuck's going to tell you what he's excited about on the premium side, and he's got another free play winner for you. Dr. Chuck, the operating room is all yours, buddy.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, it's great to be here. Every time I'm here, I feel like you bring me luck. Plus, I couldn't enjoy listening to you guys pick the different plays and the way that you do. I learn so much from everybody, and so I just love all of that. And of course, I am a little bit eclectic with my bets. I like to say use the Control F. It helps you search the page for some of the things that I'm putting out. You can find these plays. But yeah, a lot of the stuff I have done, we have done fine in baseball, not great by any means. But in tennis and golf, we've really been crushing it. Our PGA tournament for the 3rd straight weekend, we won 4 of our 5 plays. And so it is getting to a lot of the level where our $100 bettors are up five digits if you were betting them in that vein. But even $10 bettors are still going to be up a really solid amount. And so it's not just for big ticket betting. I have a tennis package up already today, working on FedEx golf this weekend in the first round of the playoffs as well. And already have a baseball play up. Went 3-1 last night, and our loss was only on somewhat of a smaller unit flyer on the Pirates. who, went down just like they thought they would. But I felt like the Diamondbacks really never need to be minus 250. So that was our one loss there. But when everybody zigs, I will zag. And last week I put out a tennis play in the DC tournament with Azarenka to win in straight sets, and she did do that. A lot of these plays you have to watch because things can get delayed. This week, the men and women are both in Toronto, and I am looking at what we were joking, Jason Schwartzman. No, it's actually Diego Schwartzman, who he's actually the 15th ranked player in the world, which is interesting because people aren't really in tune with tennis, and with the rivalry that is slowly fading from memory with only Djokovic really 100%, even though Nadal had a great start to the year and Federer pretty much gone. Different names are going to be up at the top. And while 15 isn't great, I mean, that's still for someone that most people are not going to have heard of. He's taken on in Toronto today, Alejandro Fokina. Diego Schwartzman opened as a dog, and I immediately was scratching my head as to why that was the case, and that's when we put this out. And so we put this play out yesterday morning, but I still wanted to make sure that everybody gets an idea of what we do with our tennis plays and how we focus on them. He's a better hardcourt player. They faced 3 times in the past. All 3 of them went to Diego, including the last one last season. He won 6-1, 6-1. We're talking in tennis, you're going to get things where there's a lady in Toronto today, Amanda Asimova, and she may win the tournament, but she's minus 1,700 on the money line. And so you have to find different ways to attack tennis, and that's what we do. But in this situation, we don't have to, because I just had to pick Schwartzman to win. He can win in 2 sets. He can win in 3 sets. He can win in tiebreakers. He can win 6-0. It doesn't matter. We just need him to beat Fokina, which he should do. Much better from the baseline, and will control any long rally is going to go to him. And the value on this is just too good. And we don't really have to tinker with figuring out how to bet it either. So just take Diego Schwartzman to win and check us out, because we have at least 4 more plays already up today.
Sports fans, he is up. In the last 30 days, $100 bettors are up over $10,000 if you follow Dr. Chuck. He's got Diego Schwartzman today. Tennis. Guys, it doesn't matter the sport. It doesn't matter if it's men, woman. It doesn't matter if it's on the diamond, on the gridiron, on the hardwood, on the ice, hell, or on tennis, or on a tennis court. And there's several tennis courts. Clay, grass, doesn't matter. We've got you covered here at First Family, and Dr. Chuck is certainly killing it. $100 bettors are up over $10,000 the last 30 days if they follow Dr. Chuck. But let me tell you guys, once you start following Dr. Chuck, you go from betting 100 a game to betting more. God knows what you made. You made enough to stuff another mattress. I would tell you, you follow him, you're going to follow him all the way to the bank. He's doing great works, guys. Dr. Chuck, as well as Rocky and Jeff Michael, will be back in just a moment to finish off the show. But I've got a free play. But first, Dionne, over the last 30 days in baseball, guess who's number 1 in profit?
You?
I am ranked number 1 in profit. $100 bettors are up the last 30 days in baseball. Following Joe D, $4,102. Today, we continue to beat the books on the diamond as I have my MLB Grand Slam play. Guys, my Grand Slams are on an 8-1 run just over the last 3 weeks or so. Overall, they're documented over 75% the last 5 seasons. Get on my hot streak, make a huge profit. Hit a Grand Slam with Joe D today. It is available right now at Sports Memo for just $9. Now, let's talk free play. I'm excited about this one today, baby. All right. Today's free play is between 2 National League East rivals as the Marlins travel to Citizens Bank Park to take on the Philadelphia Phillies, my friends. Well, sports fans, the hottest team in the division is Philly. They have won 5 in a row in 9 of their last 10 outings. They currently sit 10 games back in the division. If the season were to end today, they would have earned a wild card spot. But, guys, there's a lot of baseball between now and the end of the regular season. This is a team that needs every win they can get. And let's face it, facing the struggling Marlins is an ideal opponent for them to get closer to their goal. Miami sits in 4th place in the division, 21 games back at 49 and 59. This is a team that's dropped 7 of the last 10. And currently their offense ranks among the worst in the league in every major category. Their lineup is really struggling, folks. They've accounted for 3 or less runs in each of their last 8 games. Things don't look too good for them here in the series as they face a Philly team that comes off a sweep of Washington, in which they outscored the Nationals by a combined 34-12. I mean, they crushed 14 home runs in 4 meetings over there. This is the team hitting the ball well. I know their last opponent was the Nationals, but they're playing well. Their lineup is starting to surge. There's no way the Marlins can keep pace offensively here. Braxton Garrett, Zach Wheeler, they're scheduled today. Garrett, 2-5 with a 3.88 on the campaign. Impressive stats. Wheeler, 10-5, 2.69 this season. Garrett's only faced the Phillies twice in his career, and he has done well. I think he's 1-0, guys. But Wheeler's experience is going to come into play, my friends. 9-4 with a 2.45 ERA in 18 career starts against Miami. The Marlins have lost 4 straight meetings to the Phillies and are a dismal 0-6 the last 6 versus NL East opponents. There's a couple stats for you to further tell you why we're all going to bet Philly and win today on the run line. Guys, the Phillies are 8-0 the last 8 versus teams with a losing record. 5-0 the last 5 at home. 19-7 the last 26 versus division opponents. Take Philly here on the run line. It is a winner. Let's bring everybody back, my friends. We've got a couple of announcements real quick. Dionne's got a couple discounts. I've got a few things. Then we're going to run down the free plays. Dionne, take it away.
That's right. Joey and I have NFL or NCAA football season packages for just $3.99. They are already discounted $100 already, but using this code, it'll give you another $100 off, bringing it down to just $3.99 for the season. All you have to do is use code PUNT100 upon checkout. And for any capper that's on the First Family Show this week, the rest of MLB for just $2.79. All you have to do is use code BBALL279 upon checkout. We also do have some NFL preseason discounts going on right now for just $99. And the most important thing today is $2 Tuesday over at Sports Memo. That's right, $2 for either myself, Dan Kaiser, or the Insider's Room for just $2 a piece, or you can get all 3 of our best bets for one low price of just $5.
And later today, guys, at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be hosting Full Count. That's the MLB betting coverage show. Guys, joining me, the First Lady of Las Vegas and the Southern Assassin himself, Rocky Atkinson. So tune into that before you pull the trigger on any of your MLB betting decisions for the day. Also, the 19th and 20th of this month is only a few weeks away, guys. And you can come and meet all your favorite Sports Memo and Wager Talk personalities at the Westgate Superbook in Las Vegas at the clubhouse. Big meet and greet, Sports Memo, Wager Talk. All your favorite cappers will be there. Come join us. We've got some fun stuff I can't show you just yet for the swag bag. You're going to love it. You can hear what that is, though. I know all you gamblers know what those are. We got some great stuff for the swag bag. Come meet us. Let's run down the free plays, guys. Let's go to Jeff Michaels, James. But Jeff, what do you have for everybody today?
Going the Guardians Tigers, staying under that 7.5.
The First Lady of Vegas, Dionne D'Amico.
I am going with the Dodgers on the run line today.
The Southern Assassin, Rocky Atkinson.
Cardinals -1.5, -110.
The doctor making a house call, Dr. Chuck.
Search your books for Diego Schwartzman. He's moving on.
You got to love Dr. Chuck, guys. And
Schwartzman with the Schwartz.
with the Schwartzman, and Schwartzman with you, and Schwartzman. Your sexy and savory host says the Phillies -1.15. Guys, the best collection of cappers anywhere on the planet are at Sports Memo. We each post tons of free stuff on the Sports Memo Twitter page. So go follow them, guys. We have that on top of the free. I'm really babbling today. On top of the free stuff we all post, you're going to get futures, odds. Eric Pauly writes some great columns. I'm putting up a column today over on why to bet preseason football. Reasons to bet preseason football. That'll be up available. Also, guys, follow everybody here on the show. Dionne.
You can find Jeff over at JM Sports CLE. You can find Dr. Chuck over at Dr. Chuck Sports. You can find Rocky over at Rocky Man Sports. You can find me over on Twitter at the First Lady of Vegas, and Joey over at Joe D'Amico Wins.
Okay, guys, take us out of here. It's time to say goodbye.
That time already?
It's that time already.
All right.
It's one of the longest shows we've ever did because I was very long-winded as usual. Dionne, take us out of here.
Don't forget to tune in the rest of this week for some more special guests and a ton of free winners. On behalf of Jeff, Dr. Chuck, Rocky, and us, this is the First Family of Vegas.
Everyone out there, good luck and have a winning day.